People get angry and they go and smash up department stores. They get angry and they go and shoot up school children. They never go to the government buildings and take the people out who've caused the problem. Funny that. Might be staged, do you think? You know, I mean, come on, people, think about it. Look what's going on here. You're being set up.
Do you want to take control of your financial future but don't know where to start? The folks at Noble Gold Investments know it can be confusing, so they will make it easy for you. Actual Noble Gold Investment customers are saying, the staff answered all my questions and helped me every step of the way. No pressure sales tactics, just honest guidance. So don't settle for financial uncertainty. They'll suggest options and see if you can diversify into gold and silver. Right now, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful bullion coin for qualified accounts. Noble Gold Investments has an A+ rating with a Better Business Bureau and countless 5-star reviews. Why wait? Go to noblegoldinvestments.com now. That's noblegoldinvestments.com, the only gold company I trust.
So, yeah, I mean, what can I say?
There are so many layers to this, and you just went from the very physical reality to outer layers and to the ultimate goal here. But one of the things that I'm surprised at, and because the currency stuff is an important part of it, and you just said, you know, and what we're seeing also in a lot of the alternative media is people, okay, so this Federal Reserve dollar, that system's crashing down in AUTA, it's horrible, but then they're saying, oh, BRICS is the solution. And they're working on a central one digital currency. India is already implementing it. China's already implementing it. And basically, they're showing this as the solution to the current system. I'm saying, how? It's just different color. They say it's a gold-backed digital currency. What does it matter once it's digital and you don't have any ways of paying anonymously? So these layers are quite interesting. And I think, to me, it seems like we're playing the distraction game until we get to that endpoint. And now, with that, I feel like they are losing control, and that's why right now it seems like they're just throwing stuff out. And so often they'll throw out a campaign that lasts for 2 weeks. It doesn't stick. People don't go for it, and they move on to the next thing. I know you said you don't believe we can actually stop this, and I do agree with you to a certain extent. But do you feel like we're gaining enough momentum for the truth to be fully uncovered in front of our eyes?
I do. Absolutely, I do. You know, we can't stop what's coming, but that doesn't mean it's going to succeed. I mean, it could just crash and burn and trip over itself and flounder because enough people wake up to it. This is why I continue to do what I do. I mean, if I thought that there was no hope, then I wouldn't continue to do the radio shows. And they are waking people up. What they did in Maui is just woken up the entire island. It's woken up most of Hawaii. They've red-pilled most of Hawaii because everybody can see that this was staged. This was a staged event. So, of course, straight after it. And now they're saying, oh, it was China. It was Chinese satellites. Oh, it may have been directed energy weapons, but, hey, it wasn't us. It was China. It's like, oh, yeah, of course it was, you know. Even if they used Chinese satellites, well, China didn't block the roads. China didn't turn the water off. China didn't do any of that stuff. So, you know, they're really tripping over themselves. So, well, what do we do? We'll flood out this country. We'll flood out that. We'll send boatloads of migrants to islands, and they're doing everything they can to you know, bring it to a head. But I think all of it is serving to wake people up. So I think we're going to get through it in some way, shape, or form. We're going to get through it. Like I've said, it's important that you don't move into hatred through it. You've got to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But you know, you can't be defeatist about it. We're not going to stop what's coming, but I think it's going to flounder anyway. I think they've exposed themselves. I think they've played their hand too greatly. I mean, and we're seeing everything we can to distract us. Even little aliens in Mexico. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, of course.
They've rolled them out before. It's not new. They rolled those same little bodies out maybe 5 or 6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago.
I think even Stephen Greer at one point showed them in previous movies. So that's not new. What is new is perhaps that they're saying, oh, it's happening in front of important politicians, Congress, whatever.
Yeah. So, you know, but they've got to do it the way they've got to do it. And what the people of the United States don't understand is that the United States is dependent upon the dollar. That's what's going to bring the United States down. The only reason the United States enjoys the lifestyle that it still enjoys is because It's the world reserve currency. And talking about BRICS and how BRICS is going to be the savior and all this sort of stuff, it's a digitally gold back. Look what just happened in Las Vegas yesterday or the day before. All the system went down. Nobody could access their hotel rooms. None of the poker machines worked. If it's a digital currency, what do you think is going to happen when the electricity goes off? And do you think it's hackable? Well, everything's hackable because it's just all ones and zeros. So you can't be dependent upon this sort of stuff. Even cryptocurrency. I mean, it's great in the real, in a normal world when it's run by normal people where things are actually the way they appear on the surface. Crypto would be a good way out. But again, it's dependent upon electricity. It's dependent upon your access to the internet. Yeah, and what they're doing is they're bringing in all their new ID things, and so you're going to have scan this and scan that. I think even Elon Musk is talking about people having to show photo ID and biometrics to even access Twitter soon, or X or whatever he calls it. He has this fixation with X's, doesn't he? I think his first company was called X.com or something like that, and SpaceX, and now Twitter's X, and like, what's this guy up to? He's weird. But anyway, so all of this digital currency and BRICS, they don't understand BRICS. Oh, it's the new thing. Well, whatever it is, what it's going to do more than anything at the bottom line is it's going to remove the United States as the world reserve currency, which is the only thing which allows the United States to maintain its lifestyle. Once BRICS comes in, whatever you paid $1 for, you're going to be paying $50 for the next day, because you're going to be going down the street with a wheelbarrow full of currency to buy a loaf of bread. It's going to be Venezuela-style hyperinflation when the United States loses that position, which is why the Mexicans are building this wall and getting it finished as quickly as they can, because they don't want people flooding over the border. Because when the United States, when people go to the shop and they pull out their credit card to buy a loaf of bread or a beer or whatever, and they find that the price is 50 times more than what it was yesterday, they're going to freak out. What are they going to do? Go get their guns and go and rob the supermarket? Well, that's going to work well. After you've done that a few times, there won't be a supermarket. Then where are you going to get your beer and your loaf of bread from? You know, and they've already, through all the Black Lives Matter and all the stuff they've done, the main point of it all, they've been going and smashing up supermarkets and breaking down the food chain everywhere. You know, people get angry and they go and smash up department stores. They get angry and they go and shoot up school children. They never go to the government buildings and take the people out who caused the problem. Funny that. Might be staged, do you think? You know, I mean, come on, people, think about it. Look what's going on here. You're being set up. You're being set up for a fall, and it's because you're dependent upon the dollar. Whether you want a new monetary system or not, doesn't matter. If you want to introduce a new monetary system, fine, introduce one, but you better make sure that the United States stays as the base world reserve currency, because if it doesn't, you lose your lifestyle. And those who are supporting BRICS are supporting a loss of their own American lifestyle. And it's been set up to be this way because, like I said back in 2008, it's the only way you can bring the United States down. These people have got too many guns. They're too well armed. If the government comes for them, they're going to fight back. But if you just pull the rug out from underneath them because they're so dependent upon the dollar and they think the dollar is real, then it's all over. It's all over. And that's what they're planning on doing with BRICS. And it couldn't have happened, and it would never have happened. There wouldn't even have been a suggestion of it. I mean, they've gone to war over this, bombed Libya, destroyed Libya because they were going to introduce a gold-backed currency in Africa. That's what the whole Libyan war and taking Gaddafi out was about. And interesting, Gaddafi said, if you take down Libya, Europe will be flooded with migrants within 5 years. Europe will be destroyed because Libya is the cork in the bottle of Africa. All the people who come up from Africa, they have a hard time. They get to Libya and they find this is a really good country, and we help them. We give them a job. We give them money. We give them education, and they stay here. But if you destroy Libya, they're going to keep going across the land bridge. They're going to go into Europe, and they're going to overrun Europe. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what was planned to happen, which is why they took him out. But again, they went to war over all this stuff because he was going to introduce a gold-backed currency. That's what BRICS is going to do. It's going to take the United States place as the world reserve currency, which I would suggest is why they're doing all these floods and shit through Europe now, to try to delay that happening, because it's got to a point where it's snowballing and they're not going to be able to stop it. So, you know, that's what people don't understand about this. That's the only way you're going to bring the United States down, and that's all you have to do to bring the United States down. And it never would have been possible if Biden hadn't have frozen Russia out of the currency when he invaded Ukraine. which wasn't an invasion. It was all contrived. And it was all done at exactly the right time. If Russia really wanted to help the people in Donbass, he could have gone in there 8 years earlier and stopped all this stuff going on. But he came in exactly when they needed him to come in to start this chain of events in motion. So if people can't see this is all one system, and what they've done in Russia, they're just throwing money in there, and Russia's throwing troops in there, and all they're doing is depopulating it, getting rid of all the males so that all the people from Israel can come in and take the country over. That's what it's all about.
You deserve the truth, but big tech does not want you to hear it. So we built our own Inspired platform on theinspiredchannel.com. To watch the full video and more, just click the link in the video description or the pinned comment.